All right, you guys are live. Go ahead and unmute whenever you're ready.
Motion carries. All right, first item on the agenda is to review and approve asbestos abatement proposal. This is an updated. No, now we're good. We're good. This is an updated proposal from REW Services. Scott took the time and reached out to the company trying to get the bid a little bit lower. Batings is going to work in cooperation with them to remove any of the asbestos through the second level window with a lift instead of having to come all the way down the stairs. And they took off 4,100.
1,400 from the original bid, which we approved last week.
Yes,
So this is reapproving a lower bid.
Well, I thought it was probably a little more than that, but Scott, I want to thank you for all your effort and time and I think as it is, we need to keep moving with this project. So I will make a motion that we approve the new bid.
I'll second.
there's a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I need signature on the new one.
Can you get that to him today?
Yep,
Okay.
I'll email it after the
I
meeting,
gave you a moment, but you didn't.
and I'll email it.
Thank you for calling us 100 times to save the county $1,400. I appreciate it. Zach, how are you? Good morning, guys.
All right, next item is to review and approve Feld security proposal. We got Zach here. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning. You guys all have it in front of you, basically. This is an upgrade to this fob security system up on the second floor in the judge's chamber. The issue we're running into, is a deputy just broke a fob. Somebody lost one. The system's so old that they can't find the fobs to even do it. And every time we have an issue, need to program something, Feld has to come in here and do it. Where our new system that we have on all the main doors, Dalton can tie into that and do all that. So with this new panel, he would be able to get into that, be able to do it himself, order the fobs himself. This is one of the very first fob systems that went into this courthouse, so it's served its purpose. It's worked well, but it's just time for an update on it. I showed the bid to Dalton. He said everything looked good on it. He approved it and said, yep, get it up to you guys and see what you guys thought, so.
Just curious, every time that Feld comes out and does one of those, I mean, what does that cost? A lot.
$300, $400, $500, yeah.
So within 5-ish,
Yeah.
6 times it's paid for.
Yeah. Yeah. And anything with the remodel and all that going on will not affect this. I kind of double checked that. I didn't want to do this, then all of a sudden something different come up and then all of a sudden, nope, this is gonna be a new system and.
And if we want to add, like, let's say potentially a key fob to like just the supervisor's locked cabinet room or whatever, we'd be able to do that in-house now.
Dalton would be, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we put a key fob system on it. You gotta have the striker and stuff in there installed.
How many fobs does this come up?
Well, it's already, you gotta understand, it's an expansion of our current system.
Yeah,
So we already have a key fob system that automates all the doors to the courthouse. So it's a lower price point because we're not putting a brand new system in is the point. This is just an expansion of the current courthouse one. And then the key fobs that you already have, those ones that get in the courthouse, I can pop them in there. So really, as far as adding key fobs, like, yeah, we can do it anytime. I have some in my office right now. So
And the nice part too is so the access to certain doors, like Zach's got access to almost every door because he's in there doing maintenance and doing whatever he needs to do, but there's certain people that don't need access to,
Certain
and
areas.
Dalton's able to.
tailor that.
Restrict us.
Yeah.
And we have access to programs already, like even as a jail.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
but with the old system currently up there, you can't do any of that.
Yeah, like right now, I don't even have a key for the doors because they don't have any for one, and we have to call Bell just to be able to program one. And it's so old, you can't even order the keys anymore. So it just with this remodel, I think it was just while we're doing it, get the new key fob system in, we have a new one from the courts for the courthouse. And the current one, so.
So of course, is this money in the courthouse? It's not there.
I mean, we could probably find a place for it, but.
mean, it's not part of
It
the-
was not budgeted and it's not part of the project, so you'd probably just pay for it out of the courthouse maintenance line, but that's kind of running low because we're at the end of the year, so. We'll just have to find a home.
Okay.
So is there money in that courthouse maintenance fund?
Excess 400,000 in the.
No,
Yeah,
that's gonna be the contingency.
So
That's why I was asking.
I mean, it'd be enough this year.
This isn't part of the
I
remodel.
think so. I think so.
I was gonna
If
say,
not,
otherwise,
we
it's
might have to take it out of,
out of our chapel fund.
or out of the lost fund that, this could probably be considered COVID related, because that.
Touch free.
Yeah, touch free, US.
I'll make a
I
motion
think
to
we-
approve it.
In reality, I don't wanna say this, but it's something. It's something that could be done in the next, when the year ends.
Oh,
When is
wait,
it? July?
wait till July 1.
I mean, it could, right? I mean, it obviously would be nice just to get it done while all this is going on, but if the funds are that tight where it's not an emergency, I guess is what you.
Yeah.
We're only looking at,
But you know, if
It's a month.
there's enough.
Exactly, yeah.
If there's enough money right now in the maintenance, I would just soon get it done.
Well, it says this quote expires in 30 days.
Well,
which
here's
would be
the thing,
June 12th.
Here's the thing too, is like, it's not gonna be installed in 30 days.
I was just gonna say, we can approve this,
Yeah.
and I bet you they're not even up there doing the work.
We're not paid for it for install.
We're gonna pay, so
install
if we
and pay for
order it now.
so.
Yeah.
I made a motion to approve.
I'll second. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dalton.
Thank you.
Next up is secondary roads. Good morning, Zach.
Morning.
How are you? Good.
A few items today. First, couple utility permits. The first one is for Windstream. Section 31 of Grant Township. This is just south of town. Basically just putting a line, underground. There's a new home being constructed in the aerial is conflicting with that access a little bit from what I understand, so. That's really what they're accomplishing with that one. The second one is for telecom construction. This is section 15 of Roselle Township. This is in Roselle. And this is getting basically a service, I'm assuming from the new line that was put in to a resident or to a house there on Jade. So really very minimal what they're gonna be doing in our right of way. Really what all I have, both of these are fibers, so.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the utility permits.
I will second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you. I have one drain next. This is in the drainage, just drainage district 15, section 32 of Glidden Township. It's a 15-inch tile. It's just a hole in the line. It's already been fixed, so. A pretty minor one, but I try to get it done before planting is taking place, so.
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Thank you. Last thing, a little bit of a construction update. The bridge is moving along. They are working on getting all the deck steel placed. They're looking like potentially middle of next week pouring the deck, so. Still probably got another 3 to 4 weeks of work after that to do the rail and approaches and get everything kind of backfilled and buttoned up, but, it's kind of the next big piece of the puzzle, so, moving along. The, bridge patching is complete that we had done on the 3 bridges. You've seen that in the bills. That was the bridge out by Quant, one right across adjacent to the Richland pit. South of Glidden, and then also on N44 north of Coon Rapids. Got patched, so. Still continuing to produce gravel at Honlos, that's going well. And our new motivator has been delivered, you see that in the bills as well, so.
Jade Avenue approach is done, it looks like.
Yep, those are done. I believe they opened it to through traffic on Friday. We still have a part of the one radius coned off because we poured that last Wednesday, I believe. So hopefully early this week that'll be able to come down, so.
330th.
340th, we're hoping to get started on this week. Yep.
They started construction down there on the house.
No, far as I know, that's still out a little bit yet. I originally had heard middle May, but I think that's been pushed back.
Is that the one south of that on
It's like straight south of
Southeast.
71, 141 junction. It should be, west of
Yeah.
Adam, southwest of Adam.
Yep.
That'd be a mile east of south of 71.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
to level B or C?
It's a level B right now, or level C right now,
It's
sorry.
gated.
Because we moved it to a level A for 1,200 feet for their access. So.
Yeah.
How's Windstream
But,
or the Western Iowa Networks?
okay, it can be done anytime. But we're getting through it. There's a lot of miles left to do, so. But their permits obviously been approved for the Dedham area. They're working on that. And there's gonna be a submittal coming for the Glidden area yet, for quite a few miles on that, so. But they're working. I think they're gonna be getting more crews coming in yet to try to keep ramping up, so.
Are they? When they get done as an area, are they adding those houses to the access of Wi-Fi? fiber?
Not right away. I don't know how long it takes them to go live. I mean,
I have had people ask me how much longer until this is done, so
So-
that's why I'm asking.
so there's different companies that are doing, I mean, there's a main company that's doing the main line work, I'll call it, the bores and plowing. And they even get some subs to help them as well. But there's a separate crew or separate company that does the drops to take it from the main line to the house. And that's all kind of outside of what we do. We have a little bit of knowledge of that just because of the pedestals and the things they place in the right of way.
Yeah.
But as far as when and how they're contacting homeowners, we're kind of out of it. I'm sure I know they're working on that stuff, but when that work is done, I don't know. I know the main line work, their intention is to get done this summer.
A lot of times, if you got one that plows, one that does up to the house, and then there's one that actually connects it.
There's multiple pieces to that puzzle, I think, to get that all put together, so, and I know they have a lot to do there.
It's been by our house for a while and they haven't hooked us up yet, so.
So we signed that letter of support for Western Iowa Networks and they gave those awards, but I didn't see Carroll County on there.
Well, somewhere this must be listed because I think it was Friday, I got a call from
Oh, that's
a
what-
lady to do an interview on why we supported it.
Oh, maybe it did pass. I looked at the list of the people
They
that
got
our
more
grants were
grant
awarded
funding.
to. Yeah, okay, no, I was hoping that.
Okay. Any more questions for Zach? If not, thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 4, to approve the 2023 drainage assessments. Sit back down, Zach.
Not a whole lot this year. We did have definitely did have some more drain repairs over this last year with some of the weather we've had this spring. But we've had, a lot of the districts, we've had dollars in to be able to cover those repairs. I believe there's 3 that we don't have enough dollars in to cover those repairs, so. Basically, what I proposed for an assessment was covering the repairs. Plus a little bit extra to be able to have a very small fund balance in that repair, in that drain for a future repair, basically. So
I see too, the drains are in Richland,
they are
and then the other one's Neast.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of these have very small balances, but we don't use them that often and.
We don't, and I think that by code, they're supposed to be very, very small balances, but we try to keep them there. But at the same point in time, I don't think it's good to do an assessment every year on a drain either. So if
No.
we can keep a small balance in there to cover some very minor repairs. I think that's
We've talked about this before, but the money comes from the taxes into that, or how's that work?
Property owners.
Property
owners.
There's a special tax.
property owners are assessed specifically for that drain.
That area drain.
Yep, and then,
So if the problem's on your farm, everybody on that drainage district.
Gets it, yep.
even if you don't have maybe you don't even have a tile and you're on your property, but if you're served by that area, you're still part of that drain.
Drain, yeah.
So let's say like in Carroll here, there's a drain go through and you got a lot. A lot of those assessments are probably what, $5-10? Probably, there's a minimum.
Yeah.
So to get assessed a minimum dollars. Well, with all the number of partials, that winds up being a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
Now, my question on these are put in a separate fund then? Is there interest on that fund?
The money's not separate, it's not a separate bank.
It's what?
It's not in a separate bank, it's in a separate fund, and we have multiple funds at the same bank.
But I mean, are we drawing interest on these funds?
Yes, but it does not go into the drainage. So
Okay.
the interest that comes in on the accounts is just into the general fund.
Okay, because that interest goes back on these. I could save from having to do assessments.
I don't know if there was a way to, short of putting the drainage money in its own bank account, there would be no way to track.
All right. Something else. What about?
And with the dollar amounts that are in there, it would
It wouldn't amount to much.
amount to very much.
But some of these bigger
Pennies on
ones.
the dollar. If it was a big amount, but there's very few of these that are over $2,000. A couple of them.
Total looks like 81,000 in there maybe.
Well, there's one here's 14,000, but
That's
I think-
drain 77.
77, that's the one that's.
We're planning a
We'll be
project for that.
planning
Yeah.
It'll be gone plus some.
So, go ahead.
These ones that don't have enough money in to pay from like Richland and
Mhm.
these. How do you assess a new tax to them then?
Yeah, so these 35, 40,
Yeah.
those 3 drains this year, when they get their tax bill in
They'll have an
September,
extra.
they'll have an amount to pay.
All right.
And that'll automatically go into whatever drain they're in.
Drain district, yeah,
So up this fund, he's basically been fronting those bills.
yeah. Makes sense.
And sometimes you guys don't do the repair, you hire a subcontractor.
I mean, if it's a big project, then we've not done it ourselves. I mean, if it's something that we can handle with our crews, we try to just for saving some dollars and
Scheduling.
usually we can be there a little quicker than trying to hire a contractor. But
Do you need a motion to approve these increases?
Please,
I'll make a motion to approve the drainage district assessments for 2 of them in Richland Township and 1 in East Township.
Second that.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
so just to clarify, we're gonna be doing a 35% assessment on drain 66. 40% on drain 72 and 10% on drain 82. for everybody's knowledge.
Thank you, Courtney. All right,
Sit back down, we have more questions, but no, it's.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not gonna-
all right, next item on the agenda is to approve payable.
Everybody have time to look through them?
I do.
Yeah. Looks like secondary roads spend a lot of money.
And
Even though,
The new motor grader is approved by previous boards, so. You guys don't have to take the hit on that. Get yourself on that.
that was. Yeah. Long time to wait, but yeah.
Wait till them trucks show up, they're gonna really screw us up.
I had no questions on my warnings answered. Anybody else?
What questions I had answered.
All right. I'm gonna make a motion to approve, $687,628.46. For. What is there a date on this thing?
It's today, so May 22nd.
May 22nd bills, 2023.
A second. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna go down 1, 2 items. We're gonna go to number 8. So we still have 6 minutes before we can open up the public hearing. So we're gonna approve cigarette application for Rolling Cigars.
Just a little background, this gentleman's gonna be coming to the Carroll Country Club for a golf tournament on June 2nd. So he's just gonna be selling cigars.
Oh, so this is not with rags, right?
No,
It is not.
So 1 day per minute, looks
Yeah.
like, yeah. I see no problem in this. Make a motion to approve, a permit for, what is it, just,
Rolling Cigars.
rolling cigars?
I'll second.
You said June 2nd, right?
Yes.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Excuse me, it's a month long permit, not a day, but he's gonna be here 1 day.
He's gonna be here 1 day,
Yeah.
this would just. For. Normally it's an annual
Yeah,
permit, and so we just divided it by.
Yep.
12 to come up with a dollar amount, it's $12.50, so,
You say it doesn't amount to much.
no.
yep.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we will go ahead and do the approved fireworks permit for 28531 Highway 30. There is some alternate dates in here for rain. There's 1, 2,
And family event.
yeah. They did this last year too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see no problem. I'll go ahead.
I'll make a motion for the fireworks permit.
I'll second. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Signature on that, please.
Okay, item number 11, approved Class C alcohol license. Now this one does have, deals with the reg bike, correct?
One does, yes. Two. For the one that does would be the Back Pocket Brewing. At 18204 140th Street. It is a rag fry event. Have not gotten a county application from him yet, but I'm assuming.
Did you send it to him?
I did.
Okay.
Think discussions were made or had with. Mayor and the sheriff.
I talked to both of them,
Location,
yep.
And it didn't seem like it was an issue, so.
That's
They're gonna provide their own power, their own restrooms, their own security.
This is in Mount Carmel, right?
It would be west of Mount
Or
Carmel,
west of Mount Carmel.
where Ivy and Mount Carmel meet, kind of on that corner.
Okay.
I think it's that acreage, it's just,
Not Weaver, I believe is the address.
right, quarter-mile east of that intersection.
I figures in that,
I'll make a motion to approve the back pocket brewery for Ragbri.
I'll second that one.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Second one we have is for the Clubhouse Bar and Grill.
That would be out at
Country
Club,
Yep.
yep.
I will make a motion to approve that one.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I'll go ahead and do, we still got 3 minutes. I can do the manure management real quick. We've got 3 of them. Twin Hill LLC 2 West, Section 32, Pleasant Valley Township. Changed crop rotation or optimum yields used manure analysis. Apperman Feeder, Section 29, Washington Township. Changed crop rotation or optimum yields used manure analysis. And Delray Feeders, Section 6, Ewald Township, no changes. We'll go ahead and just wait. I guess I could do my committee report. Nothing last week, and this week I have the opioid convention meetings down in Des Moines.
When is that, tomorrow?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday, Thursday. Are you going also?
They did compromise.
Last week we had, Monday was the meeting with the team meeting with the architect. Tuesday was CCGP at noon. Wednesday, Gene and I went to a refugee meeting at Western Iowa Networks. Thursday, we finally got the quote from REW. Friday, I was able to successfully climb into the new motor grader. That was the job all by itself. This week, today at 11:30 is RSVP across the street. Wednesday, Thursday, I will be at the opioid conference in Des Moines.
We only have 1 minute, so if somebody has a short one.
Last week on Wednesday at Board of Health meeting, and that's it.
Do you think VFC thing for new opportunities?
Anything coming up this week?
We should probably just wait. We'll have you two finish after.
Oh, I also met with the farmer by Arcadia about a building. Okay. Livestock building. It's not good. There's no water.
All right, it's 9:30. We'll go ahead and open the public hearing for the fiscal year 23 budget amendment.
Okay, no changes since we reviewed it a few weeks ago. This is probably the first budget amendment I've ever done since becoming auditor that we are putting money back into the budget.
Thank you, Mike and Cindy, for joining the board.
Yeah.
So, not a lot, but
See what
every bit
happens.
counts, $35,800. So I'll just review, maybe some of the larger ones, unless you want me to go line by line. Probably the largest one is the jail salaries. The good thing about that, it's being offset with income from prisoner room and board. Let's see here. Public Health had some changes to their budget where they had collected some additional revenues, with different grants. And so we're putting some of that into their pass-through expense account to cover some of their expenses, but more than being offset by the income from them. Secondary roads had some changes to their budget overall, a zero net effect overall, so not much to talk about there. Does anybody want to talk about any of these in particular, or?
I just want newspaper and radio, to so I can tell them. Like, yeah, look at him.
Don't offer too long.
Since I joined the board.
I don't really have any questions. Did you receive any comments from the public or anything like that? I can look and see if there's anything in the comments. I guess there's not.
But you're right, this,
It just never happens. And honestly, we really have public health to thank for that because they have a lot more revenues coming in than what they budgeted for, so. which is a
and
good
also.
Cedar guy, sorry.
thing. Sure, I don't want to forget about the sheriff.
In the jail and that, but that's gonna slow down right now too, because they're not bringing it. right now.
Yeah.
Well, right, right.
Hopefully that's gonna change. No comments on that?
Oh, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 9:32.
I'm looking for a motion to approve the appropriations resolution, which basically just allows us to
Still moving.
not be spending anything. But
I made a motion.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. It's a resolution, so roll call.
Houseman?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Satterfield?
Yeah.
Miners?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. I'm gonna pass around the resolution, which needs everyone's signature, and then this is the actual amendment. I just need the chair's signature at the bottom.
Thank you.
Gene, while that's been around, do you wanna, Gene, have somebody you guys want to do your committee reports?
You give them, as Scott said, Tuesday was DCGP board meeting. Probably the most part of it, they had some updates and stuff, but then Carl Janning from Region 12 gave a presentation on all the different housing programs. That took up the majority of it, and a lot of people were interested in it. For different reasons, because housing is a big issue that we've got going on right now. One of the things that I would thought was strange. Rick passed out this occupation by income bracket and what some of these people are, getting those income. Kind of unreal. Then on Wednesday, we had a refuge meeting. There again, the housing was a problem and they're talking about probably trying to launch something next year. And then also on Wednesday, I also got to crawl up to the grader and, look at that and, very nice piece of equipment. And Friday I had the Yes Center board meeting up at Cherokee. They hired some more new staff, constantly, staff turnover up there. They had 10 in there as of Friday. For the month, they averaged 5.67. Of those 10 that were there Friday, 5 were BIA, Bureau of Indian Affairs. And then we did prove our budget for next year. And it was basically status quo there. We did also prove some salaries for this director and her staff. And we just give them each a flat figure instead of a percentage. And then after that meeting, we had an executive board meeting. Because this is something that came up real quick that we didn't get on the agenda, and I'm happy to be on the executive board. And I will tell you that what it is that they have another county in the state that wants to become a member. And we also have an entity outside of the state that takes every membership we have. Bid, well, currently we have 3 beds available, we're gonna keep one open. But, so we got 2 that we would possibly move. And, but said we'd only give 1 bed. We did offer them a proposal to be, they pay 20,000 to join, they get a seat on the board to get 1 vote. Or they get paid 15,000, not have a voting seat,
That's for the county or the out of state?
the out of state, in the county, 20,000, you get 1 vote. So that was what, and we just give her, the director, permission to proceed, and then we'll have to have, if anything happens by next month, then we'll vote on it for the whole board, so. Then this week I have paper and radio. I have policy council on Tuesday night, Wednesday, I go back up to Holstein for Rolling Hill Mental Health. And Thursday, I have New Opportunities Board meeting. Then I had a lot of different calls last week on different things, so. That's my week and I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, so DCAT, I have no new updates. Next meeting, June 15th. I do have a quarterly hazmat meeting that is now in Fort Dodge. It's been switched from the Zoom. So that'll be fun.
That this week?
Yeah, the 20 Wednesday. And that will be at the fire station. I went to the Carroll area childcare meeting last Monday. They have 2 new hires. They're still hiring for a cook and 4 teacher aides. Next meeting is June 19th. I'm still waiting on a date for the 911 committee. Carroll, no new updates on the Carroll County Preparedness Coalition, June 5th, next meeting. Safety committee, I have established 3 members so far. And I'm meeting with Courtney and Dalton and the sheriff today to discuss what safety programs they already use and procedures. So we can understand what we're looking at. Iowa workforce development, even though this is being transitioned to Plains workforce development, I'm gonna do a deep dive into how we can assist people in Carroll County find jobs and match them up with employers. So I'm gonna be looking into how I can help with that. Yeah. I did go to the Board of Health meeting last week, just for my own knowledge. And then, am I understanding this right? There's a comprehensive plan steering committee on Wednesday. Is anyone else going to that?
This will be the first one I missed, but you're welcome to go. It's
Okay,
not a
I'm
regional.
gonna go to that as well. That's all I have.
Courtney,
I don't have anything for next week right now.
and we'd be meeting on a
Yeah,
Tuesday.
other than we'd be meeting on a Tuesday, so I guess if nothing comes up,
Our first day off of the year.
Then we'll have a meeting in the afternoon, though.
We have a meeting at 1 at the chamber,
Oh, with Matt.
yeah, with Matt.
Okay. All right, and I didn't see
I will
anything.
make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries, we're adjourned.
Stream is down. I got stuff. Thank you.
You should make the motion on that.
oh, yeah, it was like that. I think.
So they gotta do that by June 30th?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
The deadline used to be July 1, but I don't know if that's still.